Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Fashion Decor and Food. I'm your host, the one and only Kiana Divine. And on this channel, we talk about the most important things in life. The things that the girls like to talk about, fashion, decor, and the food, darling. So if you like videos like that, go ahead and subscribe. Thumbs up this video to show me some love and drop your positive comments in the comment section below. Now,
I don't need your support just to know I'm important. I won't ever sell myself short, cause I know you see me on the come up. Big girl with big dreams and big drip. Talk is cheap, but please dare me to run up. I'ma put my money where my mouth is.
today's video is all about my luxury at-home bar, and I'm going to take you through step by step on the things that are important to me as I set up my at-home bar. The thing about it, for me at this part of my life, I do have a dining room area because it's just my husband and I, and we can use as much of the dining room area as we absolutely need in order to make this at-home bar. Now the kicker is that we are in February and my Christmas tree is still up. Yes. I'm not too excited to take it down. It's not bringing me a lot of joy, but I don't want to take it down. So maybe I can get my husband to take it down for me so that I can utilize all the space for my at-home bar. I've taken some notes, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So as we go through each section, I just want to share with you what is important about that, okay? So now what I'm going to do is take you on a tour of my dining room space, what I'm working with, how it looks, and yeah, just give you that overall thing. So, welcome to my world, and let's just go ahead and get it straight, okay? So since we are in the living room, the first thing you see when you come in is Izzy and Amy laying here. Last night we were supposed to have a sip and paint, and so all the materials and everything are still laid out from that. Here are all my gorgeous, beautiful plants, and here is the 9-foot or 10-foot 11-foot. It's a tall Christmas tree. It's huge. It's taking up a whole lot of square feet. So here it is right here. Yes, I am a dog lover, and you can tell because there's more dog beds right here. All right. I have my cleaning bag here. We have a beer pong game right here. Here is the actual bar. Right here. Such a beautiful bar. This is a glass bar. My husband purchased this bar in the box for me from the Habitat for Humanity some years back. I do have some really cool bars linked in the description box below that are similar or even just like the bar that I have, the style of the bar that I have. So you won't miss out on anything. These bar stools right here actually came with the bar. They actually belong to the bar. So I am thinking about putting the bar stools in here because I do want other bar stools for the kitchen. But I did they used to be white leather on top. And what I did was I just put this material on top of them. I did a DIY and covered them with this really nice old navy blue material, and they look absolutely gorgeous, but they used to be white leather. Okay, so now that I have shown you the space and I've showed you my bar, you pretty much can get an idea of what I have to work with. I need some space to work. One of the things that is vital to me when redoing this bar area is to provide myself enough space, because right now in my life are entertaining, which means we are having people over, and I do want to actually be able to make drinks for them. So I don't want to have my bar squished up against the wall. I actually want to have space in order to walk in front of it as well as walk behind it, okay, to get back there and make my drinks and everything like that. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a centered environment. So from the couch to the wall, I want my bar centered, and it is centered. It's pretty much centered. I mean, not really, because that big Christmas tree cannot allow it to be centered. So I'm going to center the bar and then make sure I provide myself enough walking space behind the bars where I'm not hitting the wall or anything like that. I want to be comfy. My idea with getting more space is definitely sliding things out of the way. So while I'm moving things around, wiping things off and everything, I am thinking about my mood. What type of mood do I want to create? How do I want to feel when entertaining or sitting at this bar or doing the things that I like to do? So I feel good about that. Now I just need to get the stuff off the floor. And right here, all of this stuff is stuff that I collected for when creating my mood. Some of the things that I consider is textures. What type of textures do I want to go with? This could be textures of decor pieces, wall pieces. Do I want it to feel bright, airy, dark, cozy? So with that, I'm considering the textures of everything, the colors that I want to use, as well as the smell and even the sound. This could be sounds of music, sounds of waterfalls. Like, what sounds do I want to hear when I'm entertained in this area of my home? Now, one of the things that I'm not too thrilled about is having to have this cable box back here. That's kind of like an eyesore. So hopefully, if we do decide to use the bar carts in our design, I have 2 of these bar carts. If we do decide to use the bar carts in our design, then that will get covered. Okay, so now we have cleared the space on the floor to be able to get behind the bar comfortably. I think that my husband will be able to get behind the bar comfortably. So next is the backdrop. What do I want the backdrop to say? What do I want it to do? What do I want it to feel like? This goes into creating the mood. But typically we're going to create the mood once we have all the foundation done, because the mood has to deal with decor, okay? You put pops of decor in sounds and smells and in color coding, things like that, and that helps to create the mood. But what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the backdrop. When you look at your bar, what do you want to feel? What do you want to see? Now, this could be a variety of things. Easy go-to is mirrors, okay? Glass mirrors. I have some really cool mirrors here that I'll show you in a second. I'm thinking about bringing them together and making them my backdrop. But I also have a different backdrop in mind as well. It will be a painting that's coming out of my living room. It's crazy because my husband and I are going to do a sip and paint. And I'm wondering if we can actually put together a painting for the backdrop, okay? For it to be like a jazzy type painting, like jazz. Like if it could be with some jazz artists or music notes or something like that, that would be it. But I'll let you in on a hint. My mood is I want the bar to be very sexy and elegant. So I'm going to show you the mirrors as well as the painting that I'm thinking that, can be displayed behind it. I would be lying if I said that I wouldn't want it to be chic, but most of the areas in my home are chic already. And I just want to go for like a more masculine, sexy vibe when it comes to like the backdrop behind the bar. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going for. Let's go. So when I'm talking about sexy mirrors, this would definitely be a sexy mirror. It would not be enough to have it right here center by itself. Both of them would actually be required, and it would give a great sense of the pop of the silver or the chrome that's in the bar. So that would be like a really great thing. So that is one of the things that I'm considering. The other one that I'm considering is over here. This beautiful painting right here. This painting has pretty much been behind the bar for quite a long time, and it has that deep, sexy blue with the gold, the pops of gold, and it brings in the gold. So this would give me permission to kind of bring in the bar cards if I choose to, and this would also help me to bring in the gold because it is one of the accent colors that I am looking forward to putting in there, because if you don't know, gold is my favorite color. In addition to that, this painting is substantial. So it is the length of the bar. So those are all the great benefits. In addition to that, this painting is very thin, and over there you can see there already is a port for you to hang your TV and everything, because that's where our TV was hung. And this would help to kind of hide it, you know. I do have a list of desires for my at home bar to make it luxury, to add that luxury effect, and to make it whole and complete for me. One of the things that I think that we must keep in mind is that this is a journey, and we should enjoy the joy in the journey. We should be able to spot the joy within the journey and just take it from there. I have been building my bar up since 2016, and the process has definitely been a whole full experience. I was looking back on old videos today to see where I've come from, and when I had my first bottle of Apothic Red, and now it's a normal thing for me. And definitely really blessed and excited, as well as fortunate that my husband has introduced me into a lot of different wine and wine experiences, and that's wow, I've been able to build upon what it is that I have. I have the bar pretty much in the area where I want it. I think the picture is centered. I'll have to figure that out once the Christmas tree moves. Um, Now, what we are going to do is focus on designing the bar and what we want to have on the bar. Now, for my bar, wine is very important to me. So I do want to display my bottles of wine. My favorite type of wine is red wine, and my favorite type of red wine would be a Malbec. I do have a couple of bottles of Malbec. I also have some like Apothic Reds, as well as a few bottles of spirits. And that is what it is important for me to display on my bar. So the first step that I would do is I would figure out what is important for you to display on your bar. I have a lot of really nice glasses that match my decor, so it is important for me to display my really elegant glasses on my bar as well. Okay, so when we're figuring out what is important to us on our bar, what we want to do is kind of collect those things that are important to us. For me, the visual aesthetics of having a candle on my bar in every part of my room is important. So it is important that this candle matches the vibe. It is important that this candle incorporates, the vibe that I'm trying to incorporate. It is important that this candle is aesthetically pleasing. So I have a couple of different ones that I want to show you that could work for the bar, and I'm going to explain to you what they smell like, and you let me know which one you think that we should kind of like go with, okay? Okay, this is the first candle. It is black, and it has the white label. That is really cool. But outside of the bar being black, there's no black pop-out pieces in my bar. So I would say no to this. I also had a masculine mahogany candle, but the outside of it is not masculine whatsoever. I'll get it and show it to you, and then you let me know, okay? So this is the this is the mahogany in vetiver. candle that I was telling you about. It has a masculine scent. It has a masculine top. It smells very masculine, so if there were men chilling by the bar, they would be okay with this. But I don't know if this is aesthetically pleasing. Outside of that, I have this white candle. This is a white on white candle, and it is Midnight Citrus. This is a stress relieving candle. It smells so very well. However, I know it is out of either one of these. Candles are going to win, and this is the first thing that I would put on the bar after I clean it off, okay? So let's go finish cleaning off the bar. We're gonna be using Windex and high quality paper towels, and we're going to put the glasses at the bottom of the bar cart so that we can just toot the bar cart around and organize and put things where we want them to be, okay? Let's go and do that first. My videos really don't pertain to shopping every day. That's not what you're going to get here on this channel. I want to encourage you to actually shop your home. The pieces that I'm using here today have been all over my home, used for many different things, and I just keep enjoying them. I purchased them because I actually love them, and I want to be able to utilize them whenever I want to refresh an area or a space in my home. There are some updates that I know that I'm not going to get around to today, but I'd like to share them with you. One of them is a really large painting. I hope to be able to create that myself, hopefully very, very soon. In addition to that, I'd like to incorporate my record player into this situation somehow, and also add some glass shelves behind the bar. I absolutely love the fact that we decided to add a white candle to display because it's going to bring the pops of color in for the other pieces that we're going to be using. One of the next things that's very essential to me for my bar, especially because I really do like to entertain and I want to have everything like in a set area, is a charcuterie board. As I said, main drink of choice would be wine over a spirit. So charcuterie boards, wine, they just go together. Wine and charcuterie boards just go together. Now I do have a couple of different charcuterie boards that I have in my collection. I'd like to show them to you. I did collect a few things to go on my charcuterie board, like these pepperonis, corn chips, as well as these crackers here. And of course, other things go on your charcuterie board. This is how a charcuterie board typically looks. But of course, there's only but so many things that we can put on here. In addition to the things that I already have, you can have nuts, as well as the charcuterie board utensils like the knife and the cheese cutter as well. You can even have a bottle of olives as long as it's not open. So these are, and also you can have the jams. Those are things that you could store on your bar for your charcuterie board purposes. But right now we're just going to store these things. And as I come across different things, I will add them. Okay, so this is a gorgeous wooden charcuterie board that we use dual as a charcuterie board as well as a cutting board. And it is absolutely beautiful. It has that dark wood color, that dark mahogany type color, and it has the straps for you to be able to pick it up and utilize it. This was no more than $20 from Home Goods. Now, this second charcuterie board is the one that I'm going to be using, the one that I picked up. The marble colors, which also incorporates the white, and it has the gold handles. Remember, I told you that I did definitely want to incorporate gold into what I'm doing. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to stay on the bar or will we be using it on the bar cart. It will be a great way for me to bring in those pops of white. Okay, so the next important thing for me is to be able to garnish my cocktails or wine, whatever it is that I'm making at the time. I want to be able to garnish it. So in order to do that, when I think of that, I think of colorful. I think of green limes, and I think of lemons, as well as an orange, and also peppers. So I'm thinking, I do need something to display these items in, and it has to match. It has to be in my color scheme. My pop color is white, gold. We have blue as well. So white, blue, and gold are the colors that I'm going with. And so I have this 3-section bowl, and this is really great because this will work for dual purposes. It works for tri-purposes. The color is the same color that's popping all over the bar to brighten it up. In addition to that, it can hold the fruit and vegetables, right? When it's time to cut open the lemons and the limes, you can actually display them in here with a little tongue, and people can actually utilize this, the little garnishments, right? So I think that's pretty cool. Now, if you know me over the years throughout this channel, I've showed you a lot of little pieces that I've collected for my bar. And this is a part of my bar's tool kit. Includes a whole bunch of different gadgets. We're going to try to put them all together, and I'll show you what they are briefly, and yeah, we'll just go from there. What I've done is I've taken one of my canisters that I used to use back in the day. It is like gunmetal silverish type of color, like stainless steel. It's stainless steel. And I'm going to incorporate that into like my tool box kit. And this would house things like wine bottle openers, mixers, stirrers, strainers, all different types of stuff like that. So let's see if we can get all of that stuff to fit into the toolbox. If not, then we're going to have to create a different kind of toolbox, but let's just give it a try. This is the old stainless steel canister that I used to use, and I'm not going to be using the top, but I'm going to use this bottom because it kind of goes along with, you know, the whole idea of the bar. So I'm going to put some Windex in this and on it, and we are going to wipe it off. Alexa, resume. So this right here is a mixer, frother actually. So you're able to push it down and kind of like froth, kind of like get that foam on your drinks and stuff like that. This here is a wine bottle sucker. So you put this inside of your wine and it expands. A wine bottle opener. This is one of like the newer kind of old school wine bottle openers. It works really, really well. I had this for many, many years, and it got me through a lot until I was graduated. Now, when I graduated,
this is a reminder. Kiana, you're on target for another $10,000 a month. Share your products with the world. They're waiting.
I graduated to this electric wine bottle opener.
$1,000 a month. Share your products with the world. They're waiting.
This is a wine stopper. So after you open your wine, you want to put something in it to stop it. This stops it, and then you'll seal it so it becomes leak proof. It also comes in a version like this. And this, you would stick this cork inside of your bottle of wine, and then you can suck the air out of it and it becomes leak proof. This is a wine bottle pourer. Once you open your bottle of wine, you'll put this into your bottle of wine, and then you'll pour your wine elegantly if you want to pour it and you don't want it to be sucked up. These I'm sure you're familiar with. These are old school wine bottle openers. I do have it in black and I have it in white. This just keeps it very simple and basic. Now this is a wine bottle opener. You put it at the top of your wine when you get a brand new bottle, you twist it and it tears the plastic off the outside of the bottle. This was one of the first things that I actually got for my bar, and what this is, these are black whiskey stones. If you know you're going to be having an older gentleman over, someone who's very mature and who likes to drink whiskey, you would throw this bag of stones into the freezer, freeze them up, and you drop them inside of your whiskey to keep your whiskey cooler. And so this is what this is. These are actually important for me to display. So what I will do is, and I'll link all this stuff for you guys below. What I typically do is to remember to order good wine. When you find good wine, I have 3 different ways of doing that. And I'll tell you these 3 different ways right now. Number 1, keep the bottle of the wine so that every time you see the empty bottle, you'll get closer and closer to ordering another one or going to go get another one, whatever. Okay, so keep the bottle, all right? Secondly, the second thing I would suggest that you do is put it on your phone, your notepad, your grocery list. Put it on your grocery list immediately. I order my groceries, so what I could do is just pull up the app and take a picture of this and put it into my cart. Or I would just search it in the search engine and then find it if they have it and put it into my cart. Or I use my Alexa to remind me of what wines I want to order. Alexa, add wine to my shopping list.
Wine added.
It has a section for wines, and I keep all my favorite wines there. So what I'm going to do with this bottle that I know I want to reorder, this is very inexpensive, but it was really, really good. I'm going to actually put this on here, just like that. This is how it will be used. It will be used, you set it in there like that, and it extends. So it stretches to get all the way down to the bottom of your bottle. See that? It's all the way down there to get all the little drops. And so it's important for me to display this because I wanted this so bad and my husband made it happen for me. It's also important for me to display my wine bottle opener as well. Is my wine bottle bucket. It's important for me to display that and have like a bottle of wine in there. Just like this. Basically what you would do is have it full of water, push your wine bottle in there, and that's how your wine will get chilled. This is an electric wine chiller. You put your wine in here like so, and you put the cap on it. This is the freezer cap. It keeps it cold. And you touch the computer and you let it know what type of wine you have, and it tells you exactly what temperature it needs to be, and it sets the temperature for you, and it will cool your wine. The great part about having spirits and wines is that they have 2 different types of glasses, but we're going to transform this bar cart into the wine bar cart, and we're going to set it up, which means it would only have wine glasses. Any of the martini glasses or the margarita glasses or the dark liquor glasses would have to go. Only wine glasses. And this gives me the opportunity to have matching wine glasses, to make sure all my wine glasses are matching and make sure that I don't have, an uneven number. And I do have special wine glasses that I got for Christmas that I would like to display on my main bar. So this would be a great time to do that as well. So as you can see, we have all of our wine glasses down here. It definitely allows me to see what I have and to see what I want and different things like that. Now what I'm going to do is move up here to the top, and I am going to remove all the spirits, and we just want to have wines up here. I'm so excited. We have one bar cart put together to perfection. I love it. It's like a lot, but not too much. It makes me feel fulfilled because, to be honest, I feel a little empty. So during a couple of my grocery orders today, I ordered 2 bottles of wine, okay? Because my wine, I'm used to having a whole case of wine shipped to me every year. I have not had the opportunity to have one shipped to me yet, so my wine collection is looking kind of slender. Now, I know you're like, oh my God, you didn't use your wine rack. No, I did not, because I decided that I'm going to keep my wine rack in the pantry, and that will be my wine overflow. So when I do order the case of wine, I will be able to have, wine on the wine rack, and just build my collection of the wine. I am really targeting, more of wines that I like versus just filling spaces. But while I am waiting for my wine to get my cases of wine, it makes me just want to fill spaces, like with one of the cheaper bottles of rosé that you might see on my bar cart right now. That's kind of not like what I want to do, so I need to go ahead and serve myself and order my case of wine. Now, I typically use Rakuten to go to Groupon to select my case of wine. Once I go through Rakuten, I select Groupon, and what I would do is pick out a company that has a coupon there that I could purchase that will allow me to purchase my wines. Then I'll head over to their website, put in my code, and typically the only thing that I am responsible for is perhaps like the shipping, because shipping is not included with those Groupon deals, but you do save a lot of money going through Rakuten and hitting up Groupon. So I will link all of the information for you below so that you can go ahead and get your wine on with using the links that is going to save you money, essentially. And I get wine from all around the world, all the countries all around the world. I mean, every country across the globe. I do not get wine from the United States. The whole point about me ordering my wine is that I get to experience the essence in the work from different cultures and different countries, and I really get to expand my palate. So I really do like that. By the way, I am working with a wine company, so I will leave the information right here for you so that you can perhaps order your wine through them as well. Now, when you order your wine, I do get a commission for you ordering wine from this particular wine company. Now, this wine company is going to allow you to pick, your red wines or your white wines and set you up on a subscription-based service. So if you want to be on a subscription service to where you don't have to worry about running out of wine, this is a great way to go. So I want to say thank you to our sponsors for this video today. However, on the other hand, if you do not want to participate in a subscription-based service and you just want a one-hitter quitter, I would suggest that you use Groupon via Rakuten and purchase your wines that way. Okay? So now we're going to move on to the spirit bar cart. And as we do the spirit bar cart, we're going to figure out what's important for us to put on the main bar, and then what spirits we'll have. Now, the spirits, I got blessed with small bottles of wine for Christmas, so I was able to fill up my bar cart for Christmas. However, we had fun with that, honey, and I'm happy that I got to experience it. It's gone, child. It's gone. So I do have empty bottles for the ones that I want to replace, so I don't have to remember, because I'm not into like hard liquor like that, so it's really hard for me to remember unless it's the old school stuff that my family used to drink. Then I can remember it, but outside of that, it's hard for me to remember. So I do have some empty bottles, and that is so that I can repurchase. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the wine, but we're gonna do it for the spirits, and we're gonna have the spirit to get this Christmas tree down. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So excited, girl. It is coming together. Look at my color scheme. Look at my pops. Look at my snake. Look at the gold. This bar card over here is looking real chic, really like me. You know, I'm really feeling it. I'm getting happy. Are you excited? I am. I like the idea of having everything displayed separately. It really gives me a balance, and it allows me to evaluate what I want to do. One of the next things that I want to talk to you about is lighting. Lighting can come in many different facets when you're talking about a bar and creating your at-home bar. There are all types of signs that you can have, like neon lights and signs and things like that. But since this at-home bar is in like the center of my home, which is the dining room area, when you walk in the house, you can see it. When you walk out of the house, you can see it. And when you're standing in the kitchen, which is the heart of the home, you can see it. I don't want to do any neon lights and things like that. I don't want it to be colorful, but I do want to have some type of lighting. So what I have here, and these could be purchased from my favorite stores like Walmart, Home Goods, Target, even your grocery store. These are lights that are battery operated, and I can turn them off during the day and I can turn them on during the nighttime. And this just gives a little extra pizzazz to my bar. Now, I'm not for sure where I'm going to place them at, because I don't want too many things on top of the bar, because I do want the top surface of the bar, the main bar, to be functional. So let's go and see where we can place these lights and where they will look good. I think I pretty much changed my mind about putting the bar stools at the bar. I think it's going to crowd the area and it's not going to look so well. Maybe if there were different fancier bar stools, perhaps. But because there is a table right here, I just really don't see the significance of having the bar stools there. It would just be to, make it look more like a bar. But I'm not really feeling it. So I think I'm going to not use the bar stools here right now. But there are bar stools that I have in mind that I do want to get for my kitchen bar. And yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out. But we'll discuss that in a future video. Right now, we are trying to figure out what to do with these lights. I do like the blue effect because it really does pop. And my husband suggested maybe pushing them behind the bar. So I gave it a try and I think it looks pretty decent. I love the pop of color. And if you look really close, I'm not sure if you can see it, but half the lights are blue and half of them are white. So it's giving that kind of like pop off illusion. And girl, these are just some Christmas lights. You got to use what you got to get what you want. Use what you got to get what you want. Let's try it with the lights off. How does it look with, ooh. Okay guys, so lighting is super duper important if you want to be able to entertain with your bar and different things like that. Make it attractive at nighttime and, kind of festive, but sticking within my grown woman vibe, So I didn't want to get too colorful, too childish, or, too, what would I say, garage-like. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it nice in adult vibe, dining room type of bar, and I must say that I absolutely love it. Another one of the things that is important for me to incorporate in all the spaces of my house, just like candles, would be greenery. Okay. Now, it is not necessary for me to have greenery on this particular bar because there is greenery right in the same room. So there's no need for me to kind of like incorporate greenery because only a few feet away are, a few big, huge plants that really dominate the eye. So what I want to do is welcome you into my space, and I want you to check out my luxury at-home bar to see what I've been able to put together and create without purchasing nothing. I feel like decor is all about creating and using some of the things that you have. And even if you do purchase new items, use them to inspire you to switch up some of the things that you already have. Remember, all is truly within. You already have everything you need. You just need to gain a different perspective and learn how to switch it up a bit. And that is what fashion, decor, and food is all about in all those areas.
Satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you innocent. You wanna take a piece of my heart again. I'll get it up, cause I just don't know. Something in your eyes, the way you stare me that I like. I wanna let you go, but it's like something holds me tight. You might break my heart tonight, but I'm gonna hold it tight. Oh, it feels like yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow, yellow, yellow. You have to let me go. Yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow. We tried too many times. Don't misbehaving. You must not know me.
All right, guys, so I truly enjoyed spending the evening with you, putting together my luxury at-home bar. I hope that I inspire you to kind of do something different and new with your space as well, and use the things that you have and position them in a different manner, as well as pull out some of the stuff that you really, really like but you really don't get to see that often. Pull it out of the cupboards and pull it out from under the cabinets and try to utilize it, and perhaps even entertain if you're not already entertaining. I want to thank you guys for tuning into this video today. I love you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.
I don't need your support just to know I'm important. I won't ever sell myself short, cause I know you see me on the come up. Big girl with big dreams and big drip. Talk is cheap, but please dare me to run up. I'ma put my money where my mouth is.